Yeah. It's like thinking about all the ways that we attach ourselves to things, attached to the outcome, attached to the expectation, uh, attached to being right, taking it personal. So it's all like in these places. Sneaky. It's sneaky, this attachment, this fight to be
Yeah.
right, this separating space, right? Dividing myself, yourself, me, we, me, you, all the ways that we don't leave space.
Yeah, attachment to the past or the future. You know,
How
I
that it's
give you an
like
example. Oh, you
yeah,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was just thinking it attached to what was or how it's been. That's how I think.
Yeah. Yeah. So, like, my example is like you you go for dinner with friends, and for some reason you had arguments, right? Like it happens, right? Like you don't agree on some points, but you can't leave that behind and have a brand new dinner with them. Or you can't start from like, okay, let's just scratch everything, you know, and then start over. You can't do that, right? You're attached to what happened. And you make yourself an idea because of one belief system that they have. Oh, you already like put them in the box, you know? All the other stuff prior you enjoy. But then they say one thing that you're like, you know, for some reason, like, oh, they start talking about politics and then like they go the other way that you're thinking. And that's it. Like friends off, you know, like can't have dinner with them anymore. It's like, what? Well, let's just not talk about politics, right?
Right?
I
It's
mean,
so charged, right? It's like it ruins everything, right? And it's like it's one thing.
yeah.
Right.
And it was
Right.
this exact same thing with COVID, right? You know, like you got really good friends, but because you're thinking just something else, you know, that you view the whole thing differently, then oh, friends off. That's it, you know. Yeah, but we were together for 10 years. We were best friends. And from that it's an external thing, it doesn't come from the inside. You're gonna call like friends off?
Like it happens in our marriages all the time too.
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
don't allow things to change, or better yet, we want to. We can want others to change, and we won't change ourselves. That's one way.
Mm.
And I think like as I as you like as a responsibility, it's like the responsibility is that we can only change ourselves. Like if we want anything to change, like it's us that's got to change. No, nothing else.
Yeah.
But that is not what we're attached to. We're attached to, oh, I'm always doing my best, which is what you are doing. I just don't think that we set out to not do our best.
Yeah, it's like there's 8 billion people, say, I don't know if it's true or not, but 8 billion people on this planet. And everybody think what they're doing is right.
Yeah, yeah. I think so. I mean, I do.
Right?
I don't question it.
No. And it's, you know, and even like from a guy that, he goes to the store and like he points his gun to the teller, like, give me the money. He's doing the right thing because say like his family, has no money. Like he doesn't have any food on the table. Right? Like he thinks he's doing the thing the right thing.
He thinks he's doing the best option he's got.
And he's like, I'm not gonna harm anybody. I just want to scare them so they can give me the money, and that's it. Right? He's not even doing it for himself. He says like, I don't care if I eat or not, but I want my kids to eat. Right?
And so then it's like, wouldn't you in that situation? Maybe, maybe not. Right. But yet we love to
Yeah.
judge because they're breaking the rule,
Yeah.
breaking the rule that I would never do. I mean, that's the attachment. I would never do it. No, maybe. You're not in their situation, obviously.
Yeah. Rules that we put in place to limit ourselves. Right? Can't do that.
And we
Can't
can
do this.
attach
Can't
to
do
those
that.
damn rules.
Oh,
And they're unhidden rules. They become our rules, and we think everyone else has them too.
yeah. And you can judge these things, right? You can judge government, be like, yeah, damn rules, damn this, damn that. But if we go to the principle of we're all one, we did create those things. We create those things. And that's why, like, what does it really mean, full responsibility? Right? Taking responsibility for even like our government or anybody that we say we hate. Yeah, I create this, but I didn't create that. No, no. Then you don't think we're all one, then, right? Very good.
Mhm.
We're all one. The people that think just like me, right?
Would probably be more correct to say we are all one part of the whole total. not like the big toe has anything in common with the small toe, little toe, but they're still part of the footbed, both of them.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it possible that we create these official to have a more rich experience of limitation?
Mhm.
And our goal is to realize that there is no limitation.
Right. We, like ourselves, are putting our own limitation on it.
Yeah. They're all self-imposed.
Which is hiding from all the potential that it could be.
I mean, a lot of people will argue with that because, even during COVID that you couldn't fly to certain places. Or you're like, well, I can't do it. Why not? Why don't you build your own airline, right? Like, is it possible? Yeah, it could be, right? Yeah, and then it comes to like, well, I don't have the money. Yeah, that's the limitation, right? Like that's the more I'm looking at manifestation, it's like I'm looking at like big quotes like if you can imagine with your eyes, then you can create it, stuff like that, right? Like, and then you're like, I do it on a smaller scale, right? I did it with my work, right? Why can't I just push it further, right? Like, why can't I just really imagine like truly what I desire? And that's a stretch for me, like what I truly desire, like for the longest time, I'm like, I don't even know what I want. And I got a friend of mine, know him for probably 10 years. Huge project, huge. Like oh, I'm gonna buy this hotel, I'm gonna buy this Airbnb, and we're gonna start this kindergarten thing. Oh, by the way, let's buy the campground, you know, because we need some pleasure and stuff. And he's got like 10 projects on the go.
Hmm.
Since I know him, nothing ever came to fruition. And I said to him, like, can you just focus on one first? Yeah, but you don't understand, like we need this to do this and that and that, right? No, one step at a time. No, no. I hope like everything like get created for him. Got huge ambition. So it's interesting to see that, me don't know what I want. And this guy is just like he wants everything, right? And he doesn't understand me. He's like, what do you mean you don't know what you want? Like, and I feel it's a good combination of both of us. Like, it comes back to we're all one, right? Like, so not not going with like 100 project at a time and not create one of them, but not also like not having any goal, right? So like I'm giving the analogy of like you go on the highway and you got 100 roads, but you only have one car. Or you go on the highway, but then you got flat tires. You don't move. None of them are better. I don't know where to go. Right? Then you get stuck. And then like I got 100 things in my head. And like I'm gonna go to this road. Oh, but I'm gonna back a little bit. And I'm gonna go to this one. Oh, I'm gonna back a little bit. And I'm gonna go to this one. I'm gonna back. Well, nothing gets to the destination, right? Unless you have a team with you that can drive all these cars to get to those destinations. Yeah, is it possible that I don't start anything, and I'm using an excuse of like, oh, I don't know what I want, because the burden, the pain of not fulfill what I want is greater.
How can you say you haven't started anything, Pascal? Don't you have real estate that somebody else is renting?
No, yeah, no, I know,
Well, you started it and you finished it and you're working through it.
yeah.
It's just that you haven't started a new project yet.
Mm.
It's like you're saying you started and then you finished it. Now you started. Tomorrow you'll start working in school, working towards being a foreman.
Mm-hmm.
That's just you're just having smaller goals, but you stick to one of them at a time, like you're saying. You don't have 100 of them. Imagine wanting to be a foreman at the same time you want to be a gardener and be there for Kai and how much do you think you would get done?
Yeah.
One step at a time, and you're doing it great. So keep it up. Don't put yourself down like I haven't done anything.
Yeah, no, it's in terms of like, I'll go and get like a treatment from a practitioner, and I'm like, oh, that would be so good to do this, right? And then like either like, well, I'll start like learning about it a bit, and then like, uh, and then there's another shiny thing that comes along, right? And I'm like, oh no, this one would be great, you know?
Then the new block comes, block 2.0, 5 centimeters taller than the last.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's a good example, right? Magnetic Mind, right? Like I was so pumped about it, right? I was like, oh yeah, it's gonna be great. So I got the certification, didn't do anything with it. I learned a lot, but like didn't do anything with it.
You're doing it.
I'm doing, yeah.
Just because you're not doing
but,
it with a lot of people or anything, you're doing it for yourself. Who else would you
right.
do it for? By being the
That's the
best
thing.
version
Yeah,
of
when
yourself, you're the best version for Kai, the best version for your wife, the best version. You're just doing on a smaller scale. And who knows, maybe in 5-10 years, people will say, well, there's Guru Pascal, everybody bow. How would you feel about it then?
Right. Yeah, because I gotta live with the principle that we're all one.
Yeah.
So if I do it for myself, then I do it for everyone. I do my version of it, right?
Yeah.
But we
have...
always have like the idea of like, oh, I gotta help as many people as I can, right? And like RJ says, like if you think that you want to help, how do you say that? Like he says, like if you think the world needs help, no, he says if you think you can fix the world, then you think like the world is broken.
Yep.
And then he says something else. If you think you're here to help, I don't know, like he says something else, and it was really good. Like, geez.
The world don't need fixing or helping. It's perfect as it is. Everybody's on their own journey.
Mm.
I have exactly just like you. I feel I need to do something big, and then I look backwards at what have I actually done, and whoa, I actually done a lot of things then. It's not about the
Yeah.
goals, it's about the journey. But like you, I don't feel I have any goals. So where's the journey taking
Yeah.
me? It's not easy being on vacation in this incarnation. One thing I once came up with was the hardest thing in life is doing nothing. You can't take a break from it.
Mm.
And everybody laughed, and I sat there, why are you laughing? You hear yourself say it again, and told me, oh, yeah, pretty good joke, but I actually meant what I was saying.
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually hard to do nothing
Yeah, exactly. You can't take a break from it. You can't rest from doing nothing.
because you came face to face with yourself.
Yeah. I remember I was sitting in total, they were having a party and everything, and I sat there just looking at the table, and someone came to ask me something, and my friend said, shh, shh, what? He haven't spoken in over an hour. When he opens his mouth, something great is gonna come out. He just said to them, and that's what I came up with. I tried it in German, I tried it in English, I tried it in Danish, and I realized, well, it doesn't really matter which language I take it in. The hardest thing is to do nothing.
Yeah.
So I sort of got in the flow by just sitting and doing something with the nothing.
Mm.
It's like deepening the silence, deepening the nothing, and you'll find something, maybe everything.
And you realize the silence is not silent.
Yeah, it was where everything was coming. And back then, to keep me silent, oh my God, I could speak through two hands and everything.
I was the opposite. I was very quiet before.
Even when I moved out here to Aalborg, it took me a long time to get used to being alone, being silent with myself and everything. But it gave me a totally new perspective of it, of everything. Sort of made me face myself like a monk going into the cave and
Mm.
coming out a couple of months or years later. It was sort of my cave. The first time I ever chosen to move by myself, do anything by myself, that would be the first time in my life I did it just for me.
Yeah. Came face to face with yourself.
I still haven't confronted that part yet.
Well, some parts, right?
Yeah, I came face to face with my alter ego. Not even my ego, my alter ego. I created one of those because I don't want to fight my ego. So I created an alter to go pick the fight with him. Then I could be left alone from them. Both.
Oh
Just
yeah.
sit back and watch them go at it.
And be the observer of it.
Yep, exactly. Has it gotten cold in Calgary now, Pascal?
It's getting a little bit, but it's not too bad. Not too bad still.
Same here. It's like it's
Think-
dropped 3 or 4 degrees over the last couple of days.
Oh, yesterday was a nice day, but today it's a bit more rainy and gloomy a bit. I think it'll reach about 15 today.
Yeah, we had 14 today here. The last couple of
Yeah.
days been more like 16, 17, and 18. But now it's sort of getting below the double digits soon. It is at night now. We're down at 7, 8 degrees at night. So
Oh yeah.
and the only
You get a
reason
lot of snow? You get a lot of snow where you live?
it comes every 5 to 10 years, then there comes a uh, big pile of snow. This year we actually had a lot in January, lots of snow. We had in
Okay.
November last year, but it's been what 5, 8 years since we had a lot of snow like this January.
Mm.
So it's seasonal. It only comes comes around what you say it's in. Well, we do get 5, 6 days of snow during the year normal, but
Oh, that's it, eh?
yeah, no, that's our normal, and then it's just cold. It's it may become only -2 or something like that, but with the wind we have here,
The wind chill. Yeah.
yeah, it's just feel, and then you get wet feet in the wind. Oh my God, you walk around like.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I remember when I lived in Norway with my wife,